Do you remember the video game Frogger? The object of the game was to get your frogs safely across the river and road. You had to dodge the vehicles on the road and then use logs to get across the river. Growing up, I loved that game and the creative logic behind it. Sometimes, to get ahead, you had to take a step back or sideways. Too often, we get caught up in other people's perceptions, so much so that we stop moving altogether. Instead of thinking about your moves in terms of perfection, focus on the process. You are uniquely you, and the road you travel should mirror you, not the life you think others want you to lead. If you look at my resume, you will see I have taken the path less traveled to get to where I am today. The degrees I achieved certainly haven't matched other people's expectations. In college, while my friends were taking their education classes, I was taking psychology and biology classes, along with my music courses. When they were working in schools, I was in nursing homes, hospitals, and prison settings. When they went into their student teaching, I left for Dixon, Illinois, and spent 9 months working in a residential and day treatment school for teenagers. When people share stories from their first year of teaching, I talk about how I was helping an adult with visual and cognitive impairments become more comfortable navigating his group home. Or the client who suffered a traumatic brain injury from a motorcycle accident, and how lyric analysis was helping him move forward from the anger of his life being dramatically changed. When I talked with new educators and helped them get started, I learned I needed an elevator speech to explain why I'd taken the path I'd taken, rather than one that matched my friends' paths. That elevator speech starts with a specific Frogger log coming into view. The St. Paul Public Schools Association was seeking non-traditional students for a grant that provided alternative paths into a traditional teaching license. I applied and was accepted in the collaborative Urban Educator program, and for the next 2 years, I was a music therapist in St. Paul schools by day and a college student by night, getting my teaching license in special education. After the program, I taught in autism classrooms for 3 years. I was then invited to join the special education administrative team at the district office of the St. Paul Public Schools as an intern while finishing my coursework as a special education director. I was on track for a full-time position in this department when a new obstacle jumped in front of me. Suddenly, I was a few logs to the left in rural southeastern Minnesota, in a district significantly smaller than what I was used to. But I didn't let it get me down. After a decade in various positions, I landed the one I thought I was called to lead, the assistant principal at a middle school. I loved the day-to-day interactions with students and the opportunity to build relationships with them. 3 years into that position, though, the logs in the leadership journey once again stopped moving to my advantage. I had an option to take a jump sideways, or backward, and took a position at a kindergarten center.